It's as I, Menace Snowdecker, welcome back to another YouTube video of Snowbreak! And we are the final part of Azure Paradise. You know what, I'm just gonna use all this here, because why not? It's not like I'm gonna need it. There. Finally! I've been sitting for so long. Final parts of the story. Warning, warning, severe damage sustained. Reactor temperature reaching critical threshold. Remaining energy supply inefficient. I'm sorry, I meant insufficient. Remaining energy supply insufficient. Will soon cease function. What happened? Just as the Snowbreak Akuma stopped functioning, Acacia finally woke up. However... Activating projectile escape device. Pilots, prepare yourselves. Be careful. Gosh. Adjutant! With a deafening bang, the small cockpit smashed through the warped steel door and sailed onto the platform as everyone watched on in shock. As the scorched black hatch was cut open, two worried faces came into view under the moonlight. Adjutant, are you hurt? He looks fine. I'm sorry. Perhaps due to guilt or because she hadn't fully awoken yet, the girl in my arms clung to my collar and refused to look up. I'm so sorry. This time it was all my fault. Acacia, why did you do all this? Let me explain. I then spent a significant amount of time explaining this whole saga to everyone. Katya and Marion also told me about their race. I see, so Acacia misunderstood us. But it's all cleared up now, so do we need another tiebreaker? As Frisha made this flippant comment, all the girls' gazes shifted to me. I don't think we need to do that. Didn't you already fulfill the ultimate goal you set out to achieve during this competition? Sure. Can I really keep that mentality until the very end? After that final sprint, I think I got the answer I was looking for. I've always believed that hugging the adjutant is way more important than any competition. Alright, moving on. This is the first swimsuit I've ever worn. I'm just happy to be able to wear it in front of my beloved adjutant. I have a question. It's about swimsuits, too. I looked at Cheng Xing's somewhat perturbed expression. Perturbed? Okay. Took a deep breath and... It's cute. It's super cute. I wouldn't really say it's cute, but the word cool definitely does come to mind. I mean, look at it. It looks great on her. It really does. Why are you shouting? You could have just told me in private. But, thank you, Adjutant. No matter what, I'm just happy to hear that answer. You're so easy to please. I won't be happy until I'm the only heroine in this story, Nia. Gosh. You really are obsessed. Of course. But I'm willing to relax my standards a bit if you need me to, Adjutant. A pair of blue eyes glisten outside of the group. I guess I really enjoyed myself too. Katya was leaning on the railing as she looked up at the sky. I was unsure if she was talking to us or simply mumbling to herself. But soon after, a smile returned to Katya's face after she noticed I was staring at her, and she waved at me. So since we don't have a winner, why don't we change up the grand prize? We said the winning team would be first to stay with the adjutant tonight, and the order would be based on individual scores, right? But considering the results, why don't we change it to one person from each team gets to stay with adjutant at the same time. Oh, adjutant first at the same time. Then the rest join the fun in order based on individual scores. That sounds interesting. I'm terrified. That's a really bold suggestion. Doesn't sound like something you'd say, Caroline. Caroline blushed as she cleared her throat. Ahem. Well, I just want to make everyone happy. Sure, yeah. Yeah, just keep telling yourself that. Keep telling yourself that. Yeah. Yeah, you keep telling yourself that, Caroline. Boop! Being random is fun sometimes. Anyway, if I insisted we had to stick to the original rules, you'd just refuse. So, I'll have to ask Adjutant, Marion, and Katya to squeeze in tonight. I'm fine with that. Of course you are. Gosh. I'm okay with the two, but before that, should we go to the hot springs together? I saw a small one behind the hotel when I was high up in the air just now. Well, can I come too? I've been sweating quite a bit too. How about we all go to the hot springs together? Huh? What? Everybody's been working so hard. I mean, it does make sense. Everybody needs to cool off and relax, right? Or in this case, unwind and relax. The steps are so slippery. Can I hold on to you, Adjutant? How sly, Nia. Can't believe you're using that as an excuse to get close to the Adjutant. That's not what's happening here. You've been soaking for a bit now. Adjutant, do you want me to scrub your back? Hard pass. I can take care of myself, thank you. Wait, leave this to me. I brought a special exfoliating towel and some cupping supplies. I'm sorry, some what? Okay, I've got an idea. I'll handle the adjutant's front, you handle his back. Changsing, let's get to work. Are you still thinking about what happened earlier? Yeah, I feel really ashamed. Ugh. La la la, rub-a-dub-dub, soaking in the tub. Don't worry too much. If you're still upset, just look at Freesia. And all the bad feelings inside you will just float away. That's right. Watch out! Water bullet attack! Pew pew pew! Adjutant, watch out! I was so alert just now, I didn't think I'd fall asleep in Adjutant's arms just like that. I'm kind of tired too. Yeah. Should we let Marion and Katya enjoy the rest of their time with the Adjutant? Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow morning, Adjutant. Come on, cuties, follow your big sis. And then there were three. Things have finally quieted down after a long, noisy day. Yeah, I feel the same, but it's starting to get a little cold. Then, should we head back to the room? But I like the hot tub. I like the hot springs. Okay, fine. Why not? Sure. What do you think, Katya? I don't really feel that cold. Sorry, I'm a little tired today. I want to keep soaking for a bit. You guys can go ahead. Katya submerged the bottom half of her face in the water and closed her eyes. Okay, that's fine. Just don't catch a cold. Don't Don't worry, I'll get out in a minute. Are you not feeling well? Could you tell me why you're afraid of heights and what you're worried about? He already noticed it a long time ago. After making sure the adjutant had left, the girl slowly moved to the seat he was just sitting in. I was like that in the beginning, slowly following him by every trace he left behind. But there's a draft here. No wonder he was cold. Marianne took my hand in hers and sat down in front of the hotel coffee table. Her wine-red eyes penetrated the warm light and steam radiating off her skin, fixing on me attentively. The girl then spoke with a smile.
分析員さん、さっきの水温でちょうど良かったんですよね。
Adjutant, the water temperature in the hot springs just now was perfect, right? Yeah, it was. But there were so many people to pay attention to, so I feel like even more... I did it again. So I feel even more exhausted now. Okay. I'll admit it. It's cute. It's very cute. Did I say something odd?
いえ、何も。
Huh? Oh, it's nothing,
分
Adjutant.
析員さん、聞こえますか？
Can you hear that?
私は今、このドキドキが止まらないのです。
My heart is beating out of my chest. It won't stop. Because we're the only two around here. That's fine. I'm not going to reread that one. That one's fine. And we're so close.
やっぱり私って変わった女の子でしょうか？
I guess I'm a weirdo after all. Of course she's a weirdo. She's a polite female who enjoys getting hurt. I call that weird in my book. Oh yeah, and I can't forget the part where she does all the BDSM lines. Good lord. I am not going to forget that anytime soon, am I? Gosh dang it.
いつでも何度でも分析員さんといると頭の中では今のようにいけないことばかり考えてしまいます。
No matter how many times or for how long, my mind just does this when I'm with you. It's full of ridiculous thoughts.
でも時々思い悩むんです。
But sometimes I feel really conflicted.
いつも分析員さんを独り占めしたい。みんながいなかったらよかったのにと。
I always think about how great it would be if there wasn't anyone else.
こんなマリアンはやっぱり身勝手すぎますか？
Is that a little selfish? No, it's not. Do you think it's unfair to everyone else?
お昼の一連の事件を通して確信しました。
Especially after what happened today, I'm even more sure.
多かれ少なかれ誰もが私と同じように考えていた。しかし最後は私だけ。
It looks like everyone, for the most part, is thinking the same thing as me. But in the end, I'm the only one who... It's normal to feel like that. I don't think you could call it selfish. I don't think Marion had those kinds of feelings first. If I was to put in order based on story that I've seen so far, I would have to say that Fenny and Life had those kinds of feelings first. I don't know which of the two, though, had it before the other. I don't know. I'd have to see the rest of the story to fully make an actual line plot of who fell in love first, but overall, he has pretty much just won over every person's heart here. Huh? Think about it. On the emotional level, at the very least, we aren't objects. Interpersonal relationships aren't about owning something or not. Emotions can't be measured by simple transactions alone. You know, I tried telling so many people that women aren't objects. Neither are guys. Females and males are not objects, we're not toys. We have feelings, we have hearts, we have souls. We have wants and likes and dislikes. Wishes and desires. We all have these feelings deep down inside us. So when you look at a person and say they're a tool, they're a pawn, they're nothing but my personal plaything, I find that kind of offensive, actually. Because humans are just so much more on average that you just don't really get to see. It's probably because a lot of them have just downgraded themselves over the last few hundred years. After pouring your own emotions into someone, I feel like it's human nature to want a response that belongs to you alone. Yeah, exactly. No lying, no cheating, loyalty. Something the younger me failed at. I'm staring at the camera intensely so that when I look back at it through recording, I can feel shame. Because I deeply despise my past self and some of my past actions. It's just an incredibly normal feeling that each and every one of us experiences. Harshly simplifying and labeling that as selfish is a little cold, don't you think?
分析員さんはそう思いますか?
Is that how you feel? Yeah. If there's something you want, you can tell me anytime. And I'll do my best to give you a response, just like I promised this morning.
きっとそうおっしゃると思いましたけど、やっぱり。
I thought you might say that, but sure enough, The girl's furrowed brow gradually relaxed, a smile blooming on her face like a bellflower once more.
そういうのには弱いんです。
I still can't resist an attack like that.
優しくて気遣いができる分析員さんは、凛々しい長官よりずっと人を引きつけます。
Compared to when you're an imposing commander, your tender and considerate side is even more charming. Yeah, well, I tend to hide that these days, because my heart's actually broken. Look, I've given up on the dating life, alright? I really have. I tried and I tried. I looked in a lot of the right places and I looked in a lot of the wrong places. I tried dating apps and I even tried the apps and sites that I should not be on, which I actually regret going to. Deeply regret going to. In the end, my heart's just broken. Before, it felt like it was just shattered right down the middle. After the last few months, it feels like it's been sealed up with concrete. I mean, it still hurts, but less, and I can actually sort of start feeling it beat now. Compared to not feeling anything before, it's a slight improvement. But I'm not emotionally ready for a relationship again. And I'm not gonna put myself out there to get used again. As far as I'm concerned, I'm staying single. Now, maybe somewhere down the line, 5-10 years from now, once it is relatively healed, I'll look again. Maybe. But I'm not gonna, like, focus all my life's heart and attention just searching again. I'm just gonna keep it casual. If I find something, then okay. If I find somebody that I feel like I can trust with my heart, I'll bring it up eventually. But I don't fall for anyone anymore. I'm too broken for that. And I'm not doing distance, alright? If it's somebody from a different state, then I'm just gonna straight up lose interest. Distance ruins it, and it makes the heart long more, and that just causes more pain. At least for me.
ですが、やっぱりもっと素直になってほしいです。せめて私といる時だけは。
Truth be told, I would love to have a relationship like this, where I'm actually admired, cared for, treated the way that I want to be treated, and then treat them the exact same way. But until I find somebody who treats me like that, where I'm actually treated like their world, I'm just gonna stay single. I'm tired of being hurt. That's all I know is hurt, and I'm tired of feeling it. Maybe someday. But that's a big if for me. For now, I'm just going to enjoy this game. But I still hope you can be more candid. At least when you're alone with me.
たまにはもう少し私のことを信用してくれてもいいんですよ。
Nice choice of words there, Marion. You can confide in me once in a while. What do you mean? Oh, I know exactly what she means.
今の鼓動ちゃんと聞こえますよ。あの夜の速さとは違いますね。
I can hear your heartbeat loud and clear. It's different from that night.
きっと他のことを考えているのでしょう。
I think there must be something else on your mind, right? When two people have a connection, they can feel each other's heartbeats. I see. We can't hide anything from each other.
実はそれも嫌じゃありません。
Actually,
ただ心配になります。
I don't dislike that feeling. I'm just a little worried.
あなたが自分を押さえつけてはいないかと、私の気持ちを考えて言いたいことが言えなくなっていないかと。
I'm worried you'll suppress your feelings. I'm worried you'll keep everything you want to say to yourself, just to protect my emotions. Marion softly clenched her fists and closed her eyes.
いろいろなことを共に経験してきて、私はもうとっくに満たされているのです。
Actually, after experiencing so much together, I've been satisfied for a long time. She might be a crazy soldier, but I'll admit it. I actually do see Marion as a woman. Not some casual girl or typical female, but I actually do see her as quite the woman. As night crept into the room, we reminisced as we gazed at each other through the thin layer of
分
steam.
析員さんのおかげで、私の心に二人きりの記憶が深く刻まれました。
You were carved into my heart a long time ago, a memory that belongs to us and us alone. With that, Marion rested her chin in her hand, revealing a reserved yet cunning grin. Now I just need one more response, stronger and more precise than before. She wrapped her slender fingers around my neck, kissing my parched lips. In an instant, a fruity sweetness paired with warm breath burst into my mouth and spread through my chest. In response, I reached out and hugged her tightly once again, her body gradually heating up in my arms. After a long time had passed, Marion reluctantly pulled away. I'm sorry, I lost control for a moment. If I don't calm down now, I'm afraid it will never end. Adjutant, should we go get Katya? Yeah, let's go together. Before I could finish my sentence, a quick knock sounded on the door. Just when everything was going fine. Adjutant, we have a problem. Katya took a boat and ran off. We have no idea where she went. What? Upon hearing this, I felt my heart immediately tighten, like something had a hold on me. Fricia's hair tie fell in the hot spring. When we went back to look for it, we found this. Caroline handed me a piece of paper. Sorry, Adjutant. I'll let Marion have this opportunity tonight. Compared to playing by the rules, I prefer surprise attacks anyway. I'm going to look for her. Marion, you can... I'm going too. Marion gripped my hand tightly, but she soon hesitated, as if she realized something. But we should probably split up. That way we can cover more ground. Sure. In contrast to the heat and noise of the day, the nighttime ocean seemed to swallow everything up, including the temperature. Even I began to get lost in the cold night. Was she also wandering around aimlessly, or was she already heading back to the base? No, even though she always kept her distance from everyone else, her letter said she always focused on this place, the not-so-distant darkness. Steadying my nerves, I looked at the small island opposite the water park and made a decision. Then, just as I was about to reach the shore, it was just as I thought, I heard a familiar voice humming, a song she had played for me the first time. I just find that picture funny. Azure tears, even if denied by destiny. Hey, nice view. I like that. And there's a full moon, too. Definitely a nice view. I strolled across the damp white sand, heading toward the singing voice. Finally, as I came to the edge of the sand, I spotted her standing alone. Whistle along with the singing. I can hear the singing, and I cannot whistle. Menace Decker? Smiling gently from a distance away, she stood up and began walking toward me. Her long, slender shadow was stretched thin into the cold ocean water under the moonlight, as if in... I don't know that word. Errant? Why am I always doing this? Why am I always having to look up words? Yeah, define or rant. Adjective. Formal, humorous. What? Erring or straying from the proper course or standards. Why can't you just pick normal words? Why? Why is it so hard for you to do that? You know what? Whatever. It doesn't matter. And a rant wave could disperse it. It felt like my heart was filled with seawater, constantly churning with unbelievable emotions as a result. I didn't even notice she was already standing in front of me. Menestecker, sit with me for a bit before they find us. Sure. I still don't think the high heels were a smart choice, but fine. I admit it. I like the artwork. 8 out of 10. Can't fight it. As we sat with the moonlight to our backs, she pushed aside her bitterness and melancholy, returning to her typical joking banter. I didn't think you cared about me that much. I thought you were enjoying your night with Marion, until you ran away for a little while. Gently flick her forehead. Ow! Without a moment's hesitation, I left a bright red mark on her forehead. With that, Katya finally noticed how I was feeling. No, rather she'd probably already noticed it at the very beginning. Sorry, I didn't want to ruin your happy vacation just because I wasn't feeling well. But it looks like I just ended up making you mad instead. I'm not mad, I'm worried. Worried? About me? As the silence between us carried away on the sea breeze, a slightly bitter smile revealed itself on her face. But I guess that's just like you. Only you would give me an answer like that. You're the only one who could find me in all this darkness. Katya gazed into my eyes, then glanced off to the side for a moment. Hey, do you still remember that embarrassing thing I told you about earlier today? About falling out of the tree? Yeah, but I didn't actually fall out of a tree. I fell from a really, really, really tall tower. It wasn't as tall as the Orilla Hotel, of course, but everything else was pretty much exactly the same. So you mean the tower at the old Valkyrie Games qualifiers arena. The Valkyrie Games qualifiers, the final test for standby competitors before advancing participants had to beat everyone in the qualifiers to earn a chance to be recognized as an official competitor in the Valkyrie Games. And it was clearly written on Katya's file that she had competed in the qualifiers. However, she didn't make it through. Why did you want to be in the Valkyrie Games? Why did I? I think it's probably for the same reason I learned how to play guitar behind my parents' backs. Back then, I just wanted to rebel. Rebel against a life warped by juvosis. The rhythmic sound of the waves stirred up the silt of deeply held memories. Actually, I've always been really scared. Scared of being stuck in a hospital bed again, too weak to even cry. Especially when Rosen had you, and I didn't even know if you were alive. I think that same feeling came back. It's been a while, but after all this time, I still space out sometimes. Sorry, this is supposed to be a happy day. I shouldn't have said anything. Katya. Sensing her inward anxiety, I took her hand in mine. I want you to know what's been bothering you. I'm sorry. I want to know what's been bothering you. That... Why did I read it like that? What the... I just ruined a perfectly good moment! No! Fine, just pretend it never happened. The viewer watching, oh, it happened. I know it happened, but just pretend it didn't. Pretend it never happened. I'm telling you now. Pretend it never happened. I want to know what's been bothering you. I want to understand everything that happened in your past. Really? After hesitating for a moment, Katya finally made up her mind. She began telling me the story that had always been buried deep within her heart.
ティーン症候群のせいで小さい頃からずっと病床に伏していた。
Ouch. As a child, Javosis kept me entirely bedridden.
私の命を救うために両親は貯金のほとんどを費やした。
My parents spent almost all of their savings trying to keep me alive.
希望が見えなくたって何も文句を言わなかった。少なくとも私の前ではずっと笑っていた。
Good parents. But they never complained, even when there wasn't any hope. In front of me, at least, they were always smiling.
でも何も知らないと思った。
But did they really think I didn't know?
全部知っていたわ。私のために両親がどれほどのストレスを抱えていたか。
Actually, I knew everything. I knew how stressed they were. I knew what they did for me.
ある日の深夜、痛みでどうしても眠れなかった私は、両親がリビングで口喧嘩しているのを耳にした。
One night, I couldn't sleep because it hurt so bad. I heard them arguing in the living room. Why can't you think about me for once? Oh.
あの時は本当に。
I don't like it when they do that because I cannot read through that fast enough. Back then, I really wished.
ベッドから降りて部屋から出たかった。両親を抱きしめてこう言いたかった。
I really wish I could get out of bed, walk out of my room, hug them and say,
全部私のせいだからもう傷つけ合うのはやめてって。
all of this is my fault. Please stop hurting each other.
でも
But
ベッドに横たわる私は何もできず、口喧嘩がエスカレートしていって。
I couldn't do anything except lie in bed. I could only listen as their argument got worse.
重い平手打ちの音がして、それから母さんの泣き声が聞こえた。
Wasn't able to control the temper, was he? That'll do it. Until I heard a heavy slap, then I heard my mom crying. Way to abuse your power, dude. Not cool.
この何もできない体が憎かった。隣で見ることしかできない自分が憎かった。それに
I hated my useless body. I hated myself for only ever being able to sit by and watch. And I hated
この病気にあふれている歪んだ世界が憎かった。
this twisted world, overrun by sickness.
だから病気が治っても心は晴れなかった。
Even after I recovered, I could never get over it.
力が欲しい。運命に抗う力が欲しい。
I wanted power. Power that could let me rebel against fate.
ただ幼い私はどうやって思いを表現したらいいか分からず、誰かの真似をすることしか思いつかなかった。
But I didn't know how to express my innermost desires when I was little. All I could do was imitate others.
そんな時、モバイル端末であるシーンを目にした。
I saw something once on a mobile terminal.
ロックバンドのボーカルが舞台で歌っていて、歌詞には不屈と抗いの精神があふれていた。そしてステージの下で人々が両手を上げて共に叫んでいた。
It was a rock star passionately performing on stage. The lyrics were full of defiance and struggle, and the audience raised their arms, shouting along with the song.
響きが混じり合い、世界を丸ごと揺さぶるかのように。
Thousands of echoing voices came together. It was like they could shake the entire globe.
その様子が私を強く感動させた。
Technically, that is true. I mean, there was that one concert where they had a massive I cannot talk. I don't know why that is. Earthquake. Simple words, and I'm just fumbling them out of my mouth at this point. There was a massive concert where the fans literally jumped up and down so much that they actually somehow caused an earthquake. I still find that kind of hard to believe, but at the same time, like, dang, you would need a lot of people to do that. Seeing something like that deeply moved me.
はあ、私もあの人たちみたいにステージで汗をかいて、かすれた声で思いを叫んで、楽器で運命に抗えば。
I just wanted to be like them, standing up on stage, sweating recklessly, screaming against injustice until my voice went hoarse, using instruments to rebel against fate.
そうだ。あの時の私は喉が枯れるほど精一杯声を出すことが私らしいやり方だと思っていた。
Yeah, back then I thought only hoarse shouting would fit me as a musician.
それであのボーカルの真似をしてギターをやり始めたけど。
So I imitated that singer's style and picked up a guitar, but... Rock music? You want to learn how to play rock music? I am offended by that line. I worked so hard to raise you. I'd never allow my daughter to play something as tasteless as rock music. Rock music has taste. How dare you say that? I mean, I'll say this much: if you go to the full metal lines where they're just doing nothing but shouting, it gets kind of hard to understand it. But if you go to the more basic rock stuff, they're really good, and I really enjoy it. How dare you call that tasteless? But honey, what did you do? Katya! I'm sorry. What have I done? Nice job, man. I just can't bear to see you throw away your life like this. We have the ability and the obligation to help you down a better path. Starting today, just do what we say, okay? Please, Katya?
血が額を流れ、その時気づいた。
Ouch. As blood trickled down my forehead, I realized something at that
この
moment.
病気は私の体だけでなく、愛する人たちの心にも深く癒えない傷跡を残したことに。
That illness hadn't just affected me. It had also left deep, nearly incurable scars on the hearts of the people I loved.
それからみんなが楽に生活できるように、私は家を出て自立した。
Not long after that, I chose to leave home and live by myself to make things easier for everyone.
2年間、街のいろんな場所を転々として、一般人として社会に溶け込もうとした。
I'm trying to wait till they finish talking so I'm not cutting over it and it gets hard to hear. I'm trying to be more polite with that. Over the next couple of years, I moved around the city trying to fit into society like a normal person.
もちろん、この試みは失敗に終わった。一人では何もできず、口下手な私には居
Why
場
is
所
my
がどこに
chair
も
so
なかった。
uncomfortable all of a sudden? Jeez. But I completely failed. I was alone, unable to do anything and couldn't communicate well. I didn't fit in anywhere.
その後両親に説得されて、私は学校に戻った。
In the end, my parents convinced me to go back to school.
そして当日、物好きな人が私のところに来た。
There I was greeted with a warm welcome. Yeah, school's not the same anymore, not since all the LGBT stuff. And all the furry stuff and all the other stuff that's gone on. I thought it was kind of ridiculous, but apparently there were some school districts down in Oklahoma that allowed students to wear a full furry costume and walk around the school. I don't know how they allowed that, because that's clearly against school regulations. You cannot hide your body or face when you enter a building, because it could be anybody walking in. You wouldn't even know who it is. That's clearly against regulations for keeping students safe and protected. So I don't know why that was allowed in the first place. But they're literally teaching kids stuff that they should not be taught at a very young age, and that leaves bad impressions. Schools just are not the same anymore. I'd rather take the school districts around 2013 or long before that, before the ones we have now. Ones we have now just are not the same. Ouch. Yo, aren't you that sick little girl who always limps? You left for that long, you didn't even bother to fix your leg? Hey, it's been forever since we've seen each other. Why are you ignoring me? Just ignore her. Who knows what kind of mess she's gotten herself into over the past couple years.
彼女たちはみんなの前で私をそしり、家族のことまで侮辱した。
Reminds me of my hometown, Pecatonica. They ridiculed me in public, said horrible things about me, and even insulted my family. Yeah, they did that to me too.
どんなことを言われたのか、もうはっきり覚えていない。
I can't remember exactly what they said. Well, that's where you and me differ. I got a photographic memory. I remember almost everything they said.
ただ、
But... Katya, why'd you do that? I barely said anything and you hit me just like that? Hey, let's teach this sick girl a lesson.
ただ、今でもはっきり覚えていることがある。
I'll
あ
always
の日から
remember.
逃げるのをやめた。
I'll always remember that is the day I decided not to run anymore.
父さんの真似をして、私は拳で彼女たちに抵抗した。
I followed my dad's example, using my fists to shut them down.
意外と簡単だったわ。あの子たち、私に全然かなわなかった。
And guess what? It went unexpectedly well. Those kids were no match for me.
そして私は初めて自分の唯一の才能に気づいた。
That was the first time I discovered my talent. My one and only talent.
暴力。
Violence.
声を出せないなら代わりに拳を震えばいい。もちろんもっと正々堂々とした形でね。学校退学になった私はもう両親をがっかりさせたくなかった。
Since I couldn't use my voice, I used my fists. Of course, I had to do it in a more decent way after being expelled from school. I didn't want to disappoint my parents again.
ちょうどその時バルキリーゲームが世界中で流行した。私にとってこれ以上ない完璧なステージだった。
Back then, the Valkyrie games was just getting started and taking the world by storm. For me, it was the perfect stage. Huh. You and me actually have a little bit in common, Katya. Might need to get a cough drop. My throat's a bit sore. That might be affecting my speaking just a tad. Story I have not fully told on this channel yet. I've dropped hints here and there. Small summaries, whatnot. But my hometown betrayed me once upon a time. A town called Pecatonica. They accused me of crimes that I never committed. And they left such awful names for me. Criminal, terrorist, freak, abomination. They accused me of some of the worst crimes imaginable, all of which I was innocent of. I tried to tell them, my parents tried to tell them. Police nearly got involved too, that's how bad it was. And they always put on such a lovely display for such a lovely little town. They allowed me to get beat up and hurt in ways that you cannot possibly imagine. And there's so much I want to tell you about it, but I just don't think everyone's ready to hear it just yet. Somewhere down that road, I thought about doing onto them as they did onto me. And I came to the conclusion that would just cause more pain and suffering, and I'd seen enough of that already. I'd been through enough of that. I don't want some other kid going through what I went through. Not some autistic child like me with Asperger's. Yeah, surprise! I'm autistic. And in some ways, I'm technically labeled as a crippled, or, you know, not normal child, I guess you could say. They had such a lovely reputation for helping kids like that, and when I needed it, they weren't there for me. They betrayed me, they abandoned me, some of them even tried to kill me. But I'm still here. After everything, I'm still here. I had all this anger, all this hatred inside me, and I didn't know what to do with it. Somewhere down the road, I got into Beyblade, thanks to the help of my master, Noah. I created a custom Beyblade, and I went on a rampage. A violent rampage. I tracked down and located a whole bunch of bladers in our area, went to unranked matches and tournaments. The underground matches, I guess you could call them. I defeated dozens of Beybladers, and I quite literally beat and destroyed hundreds of Beyblades. The amount of battles I went in was probably in the thousands, actually. But I never kept count. Out of all those battles, I only ever lost 3. The last time I ever used that custom Beyblade, it was on a YouTube video with... Sorry, spine's a bit sore. It was Michael Truman Jr. If I remember correctly, it was the Game God. That was the last time I ever lost with that layer, and that honestly didn't really count at the same time, because I found out after the match that I was launching with a faulty launcher, and I had no idea. Him and me still need to settle a rematch, and I look forward to it. Anyways, during that violent rampage I went on, I won so many battles that I eventually lost interest. And that's where one of my greatest lessons comes from. If all you ever do is win, do you really learn anything at all? If all you ever do is succeed with everything you do, with little efforts, almost no trying at all, do you actually learn anything from it? No, you don't. With that Beyblade, Chain Pekatonica Fury, I was practically unbeatable. But it wasn't perfected yet, and now it is. Now I'm almost untouchable when I launch it. I had a saying every time I launched that Beyblade. I would hold it up and I would say, every time I launch this Bey, I take my fury out on Pekatonica for everything it's done to me. That I did. That I did. My hometown painted me as a villain. I was just a kid. I was 16. I was friendless. I smelled like crap. I looked like crap. I was all by my own. I was all on my own. And when I needed the district to help me, they weren't there for me. When I needed the teachers, they weren't there for me. And every time I walked into a classroom, I was always met with death stares. Everybody hated me. They tried so hard to paint me as a villain. That's fine, though. They showed their colors. They don't have any pride. Their home is a town of lies. And someday...
正式な選手になれば、自分の居場所とお金がもらえる。
Someday it'll all come back to them. All their lies, all their mistakes. You can't hide the truth forever. If I became an official competitor, I could secure a roof over my head and a source of income.
そして、お金があれば独立することができる。
Then I could save up my
英
own
気を養
money.
って、いつか。
I could become stronger. Then one day I could.
いつか。何をするつもりだろう。何のためにこの道を歩むのか。当時の私はとっくに忘れていたかもしれない。
Honestly, that's why I like losing in Beyblade tournaments. To this point, I haven't won a single one, and you know what? I'm fine with that. I don't care if I win. Because I don't enjoy winning. I enjoy having fun. I enjoy a challenge. I like losing because I learned so much from it. And well, I've quite literally lost everything at one point. Everything but my life. But I'm still here. I'm not dead yet. Might as well keep going, right? Could do what exactly? By then, I'd already forgotten why I'd gotten on that path.
専門的な訓練場もプロのトレーナーの指導もないけど、私には他の誰よりも強い怒りと執念を持っている。
I didn't have a proper training site, much less professional coaching. I only had anger and obsession that went far beyond everyone else's.
この怒りと執念があるからここまで踏ん張ってこられた。何もかも選抜総選挙で選ばれるための準備だった。
You and I are quite alike, Katya. Quite alike indeed. And it was that anger and that obsession that pushed me forward. I did all the preparation I could to stand out during the qualifiers.
それからすぐ私が待ちに待ったあの日が来た。
Soon, with much anticipation, the day finally came.
ルールは簡単。最初の勝者だけが勝利とチャンスを手にする。
Victory and opportunity belonged to whoever was in the first group to rush to the top of that tall tower. The rules were that simple.
でもアマチュアの私にとってこの挑戦はたやすいものじゃなかった。
But for an amateur like me, it wasn't going to be easy.
命がけで努力して終盤になってようやく少し上位に食い込めた。
I pretty much risked my life to make my way up to a slightly better position in the last sprint.
もう少しだ。もう少しで全ての努力が実るはずだ。あと少しで私は。
I just needed to persevere a bit longer, and all my effort would pay off. Just a bit longer. And I could. Argh, my ankle! I had long been overdoing it during my training, and my body had already reached its limit, without me even realizing.
数人が私の横を通り過ぎた。
Multiple figures flashed past
そ
me.
れと同時に足首に痛みが走った。
Then I felt a sharp pain radiating from my ankle. Go down, you're just a nobody. You don't have any talent, there's no way you'll reach the top.
そうして一歩踏み外した私は無造作に捨てられたゴミのように地面に落ちた。
Ouch. And just like that, I lost my balance. I collapsed like a crumbled up ball of paper somebody arbitrarily threw away.
錯覚かもしれないけど落ちる速度が遅くてまだ全部逆転できると思えた。
It felt like I was falling in slow motion, slow enough that I still had the chance to reverse everything.
でももう一度目を開けたら自分が泥沼にいることに気づいた。
But when my eyes opened again, I was already lying in the mud.
耳鳴りや歓声、背中から伝わる痛みを感じても私はまだ逆転する夢を見ていた。
My ringing ears, the cheers from the crowd, the pain coursing through my back. Nothing could wake me from my fantasy of transforming defeat into victory.
体を丸めて傷だらけの体で心に最後の防衛線を築いた。
I curled into a ball, using my scared body as a last line of defense for my heart.
きっとチャンスがある。ただのハプニングだ。私ならきっと。
I thought I still had a chance. It was only a small setback. I could definitely...
そう思って自分を騙そうとしたのに、無意識に見てしまった。
As I was lying to myself, I happened to catch a glimpse of something. It's okay. It's alright if you don't make it this time. You worked so hard. We can all see that. It was a smile I'd never seen before. Something I'd never experienced. I finally remembered what I actually wanted with all my heart. The whole time on those nights I was suffering from my illness, and the first day I picked up a guitar. All I really wanted was someone's acknowledgement and affirmation.
その後のことは言わなくてもわかるでしょ。
As for my story after that, I think you already know everything that happened.
何度もくじけて私は堕落し、最後はバルハラに追放された。自業自得ね。
After so many obstacles, I fell down a slippery slope in the end. I paid for my choices and was trapped in Valhalla.
でも
Until you met me.
自分で言うのね。まあ確かにそういうこと。
You sure know how to flatter yourself. But yeah, you're right.
最初は警戒していたけど、よく確かめたら分析員は私が知っている人とは全然違う。
I was suspicious of you at first, but after feeling you out, don't take that the wrong way, I realized you were different from anyone I'd ever met.
几帳面で決断力があって、まるで人の生死を決める王様のように、すべての人を手のひらの上で転がしているかのよう。
That's a bit harsh, don't you think? One side of you is thorough and relentless, manipulating everyone like a king who wields the power of life and death.
それでいて子供のように自由で、何をするにも本心に従い、見返りを求めない。向こう水に。
Better. Another side is completely free and innocent, like a kid. You follow your heart without any regard for what you get in return, and without thinking about the consequences.
まったく不思議なものね。たまに偽ることに長けている私ですら、どっちが本当の分析員なのかわからなくなってしまう。
It's really incredible, you know how good I am with disguises. And even I can't tell which side is the real you sometimes. Relentless. Definitely relentless.
でしょうね。そうだろうとは思った。私たちの本質だもの。隠そうとしたって結局無駄なこと。
Yeah. I actually recognized it a long time ago. We're both like that at our core. Even if we want to hide it, it's no use.
まったく嘘が下手ね。
You're really an honest person. I try to be.
本当のことを言うと、どっちも好きだった。
But in all honesty, no matter which one it is, I like every side of you.
だって暗闇の中に
Because
あ
in
なただけが。
Sorry, I thought she was done. Because in complete darkness, you're the only one. Alright, everyone's watching and she... I'm just not gonna read these flashing ones, because they go by too fast.
「こんな矛盾している独特なあなただけが」
Only you with all your uniqueness and contradictions.
運命に否定された私に答えてくれた。
After even fate abandoned me, you're the only one who answered. That's nice. Under the sprawling night sky, her eyes were as ethereal as fireflies, evoking memories within me. With just the look, I was being drawn in. For a moment, it felt like I was under a spell, frozen in place. But the sound of the waves continued all the same.
だから永遠に欠けた部分があっても
I think we're all flawed in a way we can never be fixed. Great. So now I like Fenny, Nita, and Katya, and Marion. This is the problem with storyboard writers. They give you something that seems ridiculous. And then somehow, some way, they just draw you in with it. And it's like, oh, okay, I can relate to that. Okay, I like this now. Who am I to complain? It's a good story. So even though I'm flawed in a way that I can never be fixed,
すべての人に否定され悪名を背負って自分のことを永遠に好きになれなくても
even though everyone denies me, turns their backs on me so I can never ever like myself the way I am,
今こうして少しだけでもいいからあなたがくれた答えを握りしめるだけで
as long as I hold on tight to the answer you gave me, even just for a moment,
流れのままに漂う私は
it's enough to make me drift along with the tide.
暗い海の中で生まれ変わる意味を見出せる
Floating across the dark sea, I anchor to the meaning of rebirth. Marine blue teardrops swirled in her eyes, her black hair fanning out before me like a night sky speckled with starlight. Tossed by the tides of fate into a never-ending abyss, even the girl's sorrowful silhouette was enough to take my breath away. Alright, that does it. I'm getting cough drops after this because my throat is hoarse now. It's dry. It's messing with me. That my brain's not helping. However, I was sure. She didn't need beauty like this, rooted in suffering and pain. Dear passengers, our ship is about to dock. Today will be a sunny day. Let me read. Thank you. Today will be sunny all day, with temperatures ranging from 15 to 26 degrees Celsius. The weather is perfect for outdoor activities, so we hope everyone will wholeheartedly enjoy our competition today. And tonight, in addition to the Gundam performance, there will be a rare bioluminescent sea phenomenon waiting for you all along the southeast coast. It's about to start.
何が
What's about to start? A rare wonder. Huh? Hold on. As she sat curled up with her back to the moonlight, I gently lifted her up, just like I had in the bunker. But she didn't struggle this time. Instead, she gripped my chest tightly. She was simply like a normal girl who had gotten lost in a long, dark night.
どこまで連れて行くの
Where are you taking me? To a rare wonder! I didn't answer, only striding closer to the dark sea illuminated by starlight until... Oh, that is pretty.
これは
What's this? As a wave splashed against my ankles, a pulse of blue light, reminiscent of fireflies, cut through the darkness and pierced deep into her closed-off heart.
黒い海がキラキラしている
The ocean is sparkling. I put her down softly. Careful, there might be sea urchins below. Be gentle. Or jellyfish. Nah, I tease. Gently taking her hand under the moonlight. Curing your Javosis. That does it. I need a break from reading games. Leaving Valhalla, escaping the bunker, joining Heimdall Force, and tonight seeing the rare bioluminescent sea. These events have all changed your fate. Our fate. You done? You done reading things the wrong way? Are you done? Am I done? Are you done? I don't know. How could I know? How could I possibly know? I keep reading things wrong. You keep reading things wrong. We're reading things wrong. I'm going crazy with all this. These events have all changed our fate. And they're enough to prove that. Fate hasn't abandoned you, Katya. Not at all. In fact, you've created miracles. We sat in silence for a moment, staring at the glimmering blue light before slender fingers grazed across my lips. Finally, she revealed a relieved smile.
相変わらず口がうまいのね。
As always, you're a smooth talker.
でも思い返せば小さい頃にも両親に似たようなことを言われた。
When I think about it, my parents said stuff like that to me too, when I was really little.
あの時の私はそのことを受け入れられず、ただもがき溺れていた。
But back then, I couldn't accept it. I was just wallowing in misery. Why is that?
自分には未来がないとずっと思っていたから。
Because I've always believed I'm a girl without a future. You always got a future. You just gotta work hard to obtain it sometimes. Some of us a little bit harder than most.
でも今見たら私のそれとこの世界の未来も虚しいものじゃないのかもしれない。
But now it seems like my, and this world's future, might not be so empty after all. Yeah, that's because your future is our future now. Katya, I'll make sure you're never alone again. Her pupil suddenly contracted, and a lone tear streamed down her cheek. The strong girl turned around and gazed toward the distant horizon.
流されるだけのカゲロウだって海を照らす光を集める。
Even algae drifting on the tide can muster enough radiance to light up the sea.
これからもこのきらめく世界をもっと見せて。
In the future, please take me to see more of this dazzling world. Great, so in one night he actually kissed 2 girls. He is a smooth talker. It wasn't the first time our lips had met by any means, but an intense blush I'd never seen before spread across her face. Soon after, our now rampant emotions ignited our bodies as they pressed tightly together. We merged into a passionate fire amidst the chaos, heating up the once chilling night. My brain stopped there for a second. I didn't think you had such a cute side. You're one to talk. I still remember the first time I kissed you, you acted all calm, but you were actually super nervous. At least my face wasn't as red as yours is now. So what? Either way, I still get something out of it. Katya laughed playfully, her face all rosy, but then just moments later she got serious. I was wondering if you'd want to go to my parents' new house with me sometime. I haven't talked to them since my accident. I haven't seen them for a long time. I don't even know how they're doing. The girl sighed. Even though she'd brought it up, it was clear she was still hesitant. Yeah, I'll go with you. I just hope your dad doesn't chase me off. I secretly check in once in a while. It seems like his temper has improved over the years, and I'm sure he'd be happy if I brought such an amazing partner back to meet him. Partner, huh? What? Are you still my guardian? We shared a smile, and then helped each other up. Alright, let's get back to the hotel before your other partners find us. Even if they do find us, it should be fine. Right, it should be fine, Nia. When did you sneak up on us? I found you guys a long time ago. Didn't I tell you, Nia? No matter where you are, I can sense your presence. It looks like we interrupted you, Adjutant, right? Don't hesitate, Cherno. Make a black hole right now. Yank Adjutant back from that woman. Oh, gosh. Interrupted what? Were you doing something important, Adjutant? I didn't see anything. Put the gun down, Chexing. You don't need to act like that, you know, Enya. Just calmly accept the reality of the situation. Chexing, did you just cock your gun? You got me. Sorry. Some apology. Yeah, put it down. Anyway, the Adjutant and Katia are safe. That's all that matters. We shouldn't be too harsh on him. The girls all looked at one another, smiling knowingly at the same time. You mean to tell me they all know this and they're all okay with it? Oh my gosh. I'm just not going to engage that conversation. With that, it seemed like everything would end smoothly. So you should give everyone equal opportunities, Adjutant. Eh? Couldn't agree more. Why don't we forget the rules for tonight and have some fun together? Yeah, I second that. Caroline is the one who made the rules, so Adjutant can just let her know when the time comes. Yes, flexibility is a defining characteristic of the Heimdall Force. So what game would everyone like to play? I'm fine with anything you choose, Adjutant. Cherno, you can share your opinions once in a while. Asking the Adjutant to make all the decisions might tire him out. Why don't we head back to the hotel first? We should all be able to sleep together if we squeeze. Yeah, the night is still young. We got plenty of time to make a decision. Right, Adjutant? Kill me, please. Spare me the pain. That's fine by me. But we can't stay up too late. We still have to pick up the others tomorrow. Before I could even finish my sentence, the girls completely surrounded me, dragging me onto the yacht that was docked by the beach. After we got back to the hotel, they began fervently discussing which games to play and how to divide up the teams. Finally, after a relatively harmless debate, everyone agreed on a plan. I'd rather play some Uno. I don't want to know, alright? I don't want to know. The less I know, the better. Moxer, do you have a tight hold on the Adjutant's feet? Nah, I'm holding on for dear life. The Adjutant's head is also secured. What are they doing? Alright, I'll draw the board. Well, why don't we just find a piece of paper or something? If we pick on the Adjutant like this, he'll... Oh, Cherno, you don't get it. This is a special kind of fun, see? Adjutant is really enjoying it too, judging by his expression. Are they gonna play tic-tac-toe on me? Exactly. Let's all indulge a little tonight. This is heaven and hell at the same time. Make it stop. This is torture. Adjutant, you can't laugh before Kay and I finish our game of tic-tac-toe. I was right! Gosh dang it, I hate being right! No! Oh no, what if they played the ultimate version? Oh gosh. You have to hold it in. I don't think I can. If you laugh, you have to accept your punishment. Punishment from all 7 of us. Oh no. Correction, all 10 of us. Adjutant, the judges are here to play too. What kind of game are you guys playing? It's an adult swimsuit party. No pipsqueaks allowed. That's rich coming from you, isn't it? See, didn't I say we couldn't just pop in at any time like this? An adult swimsuit party. This is way too over the top. Alright, Adjutant, speaking of swimsuits, I'll let you in on a little secret. What? Caroline said she actually brought one. She's wearing it under her clothes. Oh. Stare. Wait, no, I'm not. Really? Let me just take this off. Whoa, whoa, whoa! As the night sky grew even darker. I didn't get to read it all! You know, fine, I give up. I read it silently. But now that I think about it and all the chaos, I never did see what Caroline's swimsuit looked like. Yeah, none of us got to saw it. That's the downside. Yay, I'm done. I did it. I got through the story. It was agony. And it was painful. But I still did it. I'm done! Gosh. You know, I'm gonna go here real quick. Freesia! I suppose that is quite the upgrade, I guess. Let's just go ahead and use all this. Yeah, that's a major improvement. Still weak on the board, though, compared to all the others. I'll work that out with time. The end. Goodbye. Good riddance. We're done. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching. If you liked the video, then give it a like. If you want to see more, then please subscribe. And like always, this is Menace Snowdecker signing off, and I will see you next time. So bye-bye! Have a great day, everybody. Don't forget to smile, because remember, a smile a day goes a long way. And I hope to see you all back here again soon.